Hello, the following details changes, both science and tech related, to Forecast Builder with the January 2017 upgrade. The first change you will notice is with the Canadian Northern Hemispheric model. This model, instead of going just out to 144 hours at 6 hourly time steps, will now go all the way out to 240. In addition, it will be 3 hourly to 84 and 6 hourly from 84 hours to 240. The horizontal resolution increases from 60 kilometers to 25. You'll also see a lot more vertical level resolution, and with that vertical level resolution increasing, we can now add it to the top-down blends. And you should see the full model run arrive by 440Z and 1640Z. Additionally, the same vertical level resolution increase will apply to the Canadian regional model, and thus we can add the Canadian regional model to the top-down blends. With Thunder, you're going to see a new data set come into AWIPS, and that's called the SPC SREF calibrated thunderstorm probabilities. And we also have severe thunderstorm and dry lightning added as well. Again, these you can pull them up in D2D as well as GFE. In the non-precipitation type step of Forecast Builder, we'll now bring in this data set as well as the gridded MOS and gridded LAMP to help populate probability of thunder. And again, this will be an equal weighted blend. And that blend will be 3 hourly through 84 hours and then 6 hourly thereafter. And that 6 hourly just basically being the MOS guide when the SPC SREF ends. With the weather creation step, the code has been completely changed. After multiple mixed precipitation type events this winter, the desire was trying to get this code cleaned up, and as a result, we've got a massive performance improvement in place for it. And along with this massive performance improvement, it will also help to prevent or eliminate exceeding the maximum number of weather types. Should you exceed 256 weather types, which is going to be very difficult because even I have been unable to reach that in testing, you will see a banner appear stated to simplify. So FRAM adjustments also will take place, and a lot of these FRAM adjustments came out of some feedback that came across during the Forecast Builder in November. When you had a situation where your wet bulb was below freezing but your air temperatures were just a little bit above freezing, at that time would assign equal probabilities for freezing, rain, and rain. So the FRAM authors went back and did some research and looked and saw, we could actually refine this a little bit more. And so you will see on this table the changes that the probability of freeze and rain as your temperatures go from 32 to 33 to 34 really drops. Goes from 100 to 26 to 10. So with this reduction of probabilities of freeze and rain, you'll also reduce ice accumulation. Digital Aviation Services has also been incorporated into Forecast Builder. It's experimental, as is a lot of the Digital Aviation Services, but if you would like to give it a try, there's a configurable option to turn it on within the Forecast Builder configuration. The first step, and the second step for that matter, of Forecast Builder when you turn that on consists of the aviation populate procedure. With the exception of the diurnal queue option, you'll see options for the 18Z TAF or the 21Z TAF or 0Z TAF appear. And then once you get to the foundation grid step, you'll note the addition grids of cloud-based primary visibility, etc. The time ranges are predefined in Forecast Builder so that, say for example, your 18Z TAF would go out to 0Z the next day to ensure there's enough data provided for the offices that do 30-hour TAFs. The aviation finalize step will now run between the non-precipitation types and weather creation, and partly that's because some of the tools for non-precip types can help update your visibility grids, or maybe they'll incorporate them, like the fog can use your visibility grid, for example. Some other changes, there's an update to ProbIce present, and a special training video for this provided by Dan Baumgart is on the CLC. There's a wind gust integrity check change Before, in Forecast Builder, all there was wind gusts be greater than or equal to the wind. Now we're actually going to provide something a little bit smarter, where we use the regression equations that are in place with the Central Plains, Upper Mississippi Valley, and Great Lakes, and ensure that that wind gust is higher than the regression, and not just the wind. And the nice benefit to this is that everyone will have a standard tool to help update wind gust if wind was adjusted. Another change here is to use the national blend curve instead of super blend for the diurnal procedure. Something we've seen a lot of is that with non-diurnal curves occurring during days 4 through 7, when super blend is 6 hourly, you end up with these speckling issues because the diurnal procedure is trying to match highs and lows with that of super blend, and the whole it's kind of a mess. But if you have 3 hourly data that national blend does, that will make things a lot easier for the diurnal procedure to help with matching maxes and mins. So in essence, this gets rid of the speckling issue, and on 12Z February 1st, we're going to start this up with the national blend curve, and have to do that because of office-to-office consistency with temperatures, p-types, etc. Again, a lot more changes. New one, well, experimental, will be some OBS grids added for snow amount and ice accum, where we're going to apply a top-down approach and a blend of MRMS, MPE, and RTMA QPE data, and then some outline data is thrown out to account for ground clutter. It at least gives you some kind of an observation for snow amount that's hourly. Whether or not it's perfectly correct, that may not happen, but at least something to give you a start there. And then we'll also, with that, have some snow amount verification using those aforementioned OBS grids. A nice little SA tool added when you run the precip type snow amount ice accum step there. If those ice accum grids get populated with values greater than 0 in your CWA, they will highlight for you. Dry thunderstorms are added. Con-short will now only include those members within 2 standard deviations. This can help if a model, say, has a ongoing problem, such as like the high-res ARW didn't seem to be included in snow cover during the months of December and January. You have the ability to rerun super blend, so that's nice if you have a super blend failure. And also, if you really want to dig down into some kind of spread information, the consensus database is not super blend, but some of these consensus databases will have standard deviation grids associated with them. You can kind of see again how much spread is there in the high temperature in the Conzol database, for example. You have the option to delete all non-precipitation types for a chosen time period in Forecast Builder. That way, you could just restart them fresh if you don't think that they are going to occur anymore, for example. A new procedure has been added too. This one called Big Swing Changes. Nice, again, SA tool to kind of see, hey, after the cron populated, what changed significantly. You could also compare with the national blend too to see how far off am I from the national blend. There's also some pop improvements applied to help address some of the issues that we've had with super blend being having a particular low bias. So this technique of a neighborhood pop, not 100% true neighborhood pop, but close, where we're going to look at each grid point and count the number of grid points or in and around it that are greater than or equal to 300ths. Also, the DGEX will be going away near the end of January, so this tech order will get rid of the DGEX pretty much throughout through the blends, verification, etc. Thank you very much for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to email nws.forecastbuilder@noaa.gov. Thank you.